Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. So, question for the day. How do you respond when something unexpected happens? I tend to not like it when unexpected things happen. You might say I sometimes respond with a little bit of irritability. But this morning I was reading in 2 Samuel chapter 10. I was reading about David and something that happened to him and his men, which was quite unexpected. And the way they responded was very inspiring to me. So I want to share it with you. I'm going to read just the first few verses out of 2 Samuel chapter 10. It says, "In the course of time, the king of the Ammonites died, and his son Hanun succeeded him as king. David thought, I will show kindness to Hanun, son of Nahash, just as his father showed kindness to me. So David sent a delegation to express his sympathy to Hanun concerning his father." Now the problem is the advisors to Hanun didn't think that David's delegation was coming really out of goodwill. They told Hanun, hey, he's probably coming to spy out the land so that he can attack you and take over. So what they did is they shaved the beards off of all the men in this delegation. And then they cut their clothing in the middle, right at the buttocks, and sent them on their way. I bet they weren't expecting that. When David found out about it, he sent a message to the men. He says, you guys stay in Jericho until your beards grow back. And I'm sure they could get him some new clothing too. So, because the men were really humiliated. I guess having a beard was a pretty big deal. Anyway, David responded to that by giving the men grace and just saying, you'll be okay. You just stay here until things are better. So then Hanun hears that David really did plan to do this nice thing, and now he's not happy with Hanun. So he gathers together a great big army. Well, then David hears that Hanun has gathered together this army, so he sends out Joab and his army to go and meet them. Hanun has his armies go out preparing to meet David's armies. They've got one army here, and Joab and the guys are in the middle, and, well, they probably weren't expecting that either. So now they've got armies on either side of them, and Joab says to his people, let's split up. You guys go this way, we're going to go this way. If that army is too much for you, we'll rescue you. If this army is too much for us, you come rescue us. But then he finishes it up saying, be strong and let us fight bravely for our people and the cities of our God. The Lord will do what is good in his sight. And that's the thing that really captured me. This day had been full of, it's probably more than a day, but this circumstance had been full of unexpected things. You know, David was just sending out his men to do a good thing, to express sympathy to another king. And the king responded, by doling out humility. But then the armies all got involved, and there's this fighting that's going to happen, and none of this was planned. This was not part of David's intention. But now here his army is facing two great big armies. And the leader, Joab, says, God will do what is good in his sight. And I read that, and I read that statement a few times because sometimes I really need to hear that. When I'm in the middle of a situation that isn't going well, or that I don't understand, or that I don't like, I need to remember God will do what is good in his sight. And I just wonder if that might be something you need to hear today. Are you facing some things that you weren't planning on? Is the unexpected going on right now? May you be comforted, even encouraged, with the knowledge that God will do what is good in his sight, even when it doesn't look good to us. Everything that comes from him is good. We can hold on to that hope. And I pray you will. Now go have a wonderful, Jesus-full day.